A charter city, according to Paul Romer, can be defined as a proper scale of area controlled by the host country but operating in the rules of developed countries, which is a joint effort made by two countries to achieve a win-win situation. In my opinion, I strongly believe charter cities can bring benefits to economic growth. I will analyze this issue from the aspects of both developing and developed countries. First, establishing charter cities is beneficial for developing countries. A charter city can provide a relatively better living environment for the citizens. Under more advanced rules and institutions from the developed countries, it is more likely that the charter cities may have a better public security, which is essential for attracting more businessmen from developed countries to come and invest in the charter city. With more foreign investments, more employment opportunities will be available. It does help solve the unemployment problem and fascinates more high-quality workforce to immigrate to the charter city to make further contributions to the city development. This may create a virtuous circle and finally stimulate economic growth. Second, setting up a charter city will not only benefit the city itself, but also benefit the host country. For example, since the 1980s, the Chinese government has set up 4 special economic zones in its southeastern coastal regions, which have the characteristics of charter cities, like Shenzhen. These special economic zones were functioned as experiment units for the Chinese government to seek better rules to reform its economic system. They were operated in the market economic system proposed by Adam Smith, which advocates using the invisible hands of the market to modify the demand and supply in the society. This market economic system has activated the inanimate plant economy in China. From these two diagrams, it can be observed that the GDP per capita of both Shenzhen and China have increased significantly since the 1980s. More importantly, Shenzhen has also attracted a large number of foreign direct investments to China, which is also a critical element that leads to China's remarkable economic development in recent decades. As for the developed countries, their collaborations with developing countries in setting up charter cities is not making a loss but beneficiary. As John Maynard Keynes pointed out, the increasing aggregate demand can stimulate economic growth. Due to its limited domestic market, sometimes it is impossible for this market to raise enough aggregate demand. The existence of charter cities is appropriate for the developed countries to make capital exports. And because the developing countries have a large demand on the advanced and high-quality goods from the developed countries, as a result, the aggregate demand of the developed countries will increase and contribute to the economic growth. Overall, I highly recommend countries to set up charter cities.